Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sailor Solitaire, and this is your June 2017 tarot reading. This is a general reading, so be sure to check out your other signs. Sun, moon, rising, any sign that you identify with. I want to apologize in advance because I do have a sore throat and a bit of a cough, so don't mind me. I'll try to power through these readings. I do have a mic with me, so there it is. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I'll also be posting mid-month updates, so keep an eye out for those. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, Aquarius, let's get right to your reading. I have to apologize for the delay in these videos. Your mid-month readings will be among the first. I'll say that. Alright, so first card, giving the overall feel of the energies that you need to face, or that will be, surrounding you this month of June, is this Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So, this Eight of Cups to me has to do with making a really hard decision and deciding to walk away from things. This is very much a transition period, so I don't feel like you Aquarians are, are sure, 100% sure about your decision. So obviously this could be romantic. Cups has to do with emotions, matters of the heart. So this could be, romantic. Some of you may be ending a relationship, ending a partnership. This could be, just a friend or a family member who you need to cut out of your life. And for others of you, this could be a job. Your heart could be definitely, you might be pouring your heart into a job, and you might feel like it's not getting you anywhere. You might feel like it's just, sucking your soul dry, and you really are exhausted by it. You're not really getting anything from it, and some of you may be, exploring the idea of walking away from your current situation, your current job, your current partner, your current, marriage, or, just showing some tough love. I do feel like a lot of you are not wanting to make that change. And then for some of you, for some reason, I'm getting that this could just be about your health. So some of you may have, some of you may have addictions, but some of you may just, have a little bit of lack in the willpower department, and maybe you haven't been sticking to your diet, or maybe you haven't been, exercising as much as you promised yourself that you would. So for some of you Aquarians, this may not be, interpersonal. This could be just a personal thing for you where, maybe you're just always going out for dinner, and obviously, fast food or, not homegrown food or homemade food is, not the healthiest for you. And if you've been trying to, tone down or maybe lose some weight, you really have been slacking in that department. And so this Eight of Cups could definitely be, you kind of finally, slowly but surely, finally cutting some things out of your life, saying goodbye, cutting down, and making those right decisions for yourself. Because I feel like this Eight of Cups is definitely about respecting yourself more and loving yourself more, and having the courage to take those steps forward to move yourself in the right position. So this to me is also about, breaking that stillness or that stagnation. So for everyone, really, it's easy to just kind of sit and stay where you are. If no one's really going to push you or pull you in either direction, it's really up to you to get up and use your feet to start walking away. And so we have here this lady who has, 1 foot, or, well, you can't really see her feet, but she's, she's still in the water, but she's about to, step onto dry land. So to me, this symbolizes, having that courage to kind of change your surroundings, to change your settings. And obviously this can be scary. And when you're used to something else and, everyone around you is, used to you being this certain person, it's hard to, shake things up, rock the boat, and to completely, walk away or do a complete 180 and change. It's obviously going to attract some attention. And I feel like, that's, for some of you, what you're afraid of. You don't really want to rock the boat and make any waves. But I do feel like you're, realizing deep down what is fair for you and what you deserve. And I feel like you're in that stage where you're, processing things, but also ready, you're kind of getting that momentum inside of you to then break free from something. So something to take note of, Aquarians, is this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. Alright, so another very powerful card. And in the reverse position, this Wheel of Fortune, to me, indicates a loss of balance. So you guys are like thrown off your game a little bit. So I feel like this card in this position is calling you to think about, what has gotten a bit out of control in your life. What have you kind of let slip, between your fingers? What have you been kind of, neglecting or just, not maintaining very well. So, is it your weight, your physical appearance? Is it your, relationships with other people? Have you kind of given up, or, some of you maybe just going through the motions and you're not necessarily happy? So this card asks you to look at that. And with this card also, because you are kind of knocked down from your position and you're thrown off your game, thrown off balance, a lot of you could be disoriented, a lot of you could be self-doubting or, losing that trust, that confidence that you have in yourself and in your own autonomy and your own, ability to think for yourself, ability to make decisions and to act on, what you feel is right or wrong, or just, how you feel in general. And I feel like this card is asking you to trust in yourself more, to trust in your intuition, maybe do some things to strengthen your intuition, or to, get back in touch with yourself, or recenter yourself, realign, because, you have been thrown off balance. Something's going to, I don't feel like it's something that's all of a sudden just going to, pick you up and drop you off, in the middle of nowhere, metaphorically speaking. I feel like this is just a slow build up, or a slow, slow arrival at this stage where, little things are slipping, little things are adding up, and then, all of a sudden you wake up and you're just like, how did my life get to be such a mess? Or how did I let, myself go? How did I, let my relationship with this person, get so out of control and get so far from what it was originally, so far from what I want? And, you're it's almost like you just have been unintentionally digging a hole, and now you're finally like, it's so deep that you can't, get out of it. And you're just like, you didn't really expect that to happen. You didn't see it coming. You were kind of just absentmindedly, doing your thing. And then all of a sudden, things are getting out of hand. Things are getting out of your control. And I feel like some of you are kind of freaking out a little bit. But I feel like this is good because it's pushing you to make movements. So just think about what area in your life, if it's something specific that you have been neglecting. And general advice for you is temperance. Okay, cool. So the temperance card is pretty similar to the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. As you know, the Wheel of Fortune has to do with cycles of life and, you know, the balance of things. And temperance to me is all about balance, all about moderation. And it's nice that this is in the upright position. We can see here, such a beautiful card. The woman here with angel wings is just, you know, sitting on a rock, has one foot in the water and one foot out. And I almost feel like it's a nice progression here. So we have this woman here who is trying to get out of the water, you know, and cups, the water element has to do with your emotions, and, you know, sometimes it can be too overwhelming, and sometimes your emotions and acting from a place of emotions can get you into trouble. Emotions are unpredictable and they're volatile. And so when this woman, so this lady here is trying to get out of the water and try to, again, get her foot onto dry land so that she can think more clearly. And finally, you have this progression here to the Temperance, which is another major arcana card, but this time in the upright position. And this woman, first of all, she's evolved. She has wings now, and you have butterflies around her symbolizing transformation, and wings to me symbolizing freedom as well as a connection to the divine. So again, align yourself with your intuition and with the universe, and you will trust in yourself more. And you won't be so, unsure about your next move, or you won't feel so off balance or disoriented. And then so you can see here that, Aquarians and air signs in general have a bad rep for, being too heartless. So you do have scientific minds and you are rational thinkers. You love logic and you can really look at things objectively. And so it's easy to take your heart out of the equation, take your emotions out of the equation. And sometimes I feel like either air signs are just way too into their thoughts and their emotions, or they're on the flip side, they completely cut it out and they're like just these cutthroat people, because they don't want to let their heart rule and dictate their actions. But with this Temperance card, which is so beautiful, sorry, this lady here has one foot just like a toe, just, dipping her feet in the water. And to me, that is a good balance. It's moderation. It's not completely, cutting your heart out and throwing it away. It's about living with clarity, with peace of mind, and with compassion. So it's not just, let me walk away from or cut off people, or, if it's your diet, I'm not, let me, cut everything out of my life so that I just eat, I'm on a strict regimen and, or I'm going to exercise, every single day and I don't care. I'm just going to push my body. While that's good, at the same time, it can be, too overbearing. And I feel like when you're just doing things, out of, out of just, for the sake of just following rules, that can really lead to a lot of unhappiness. And it's not even worth it if you lose your soul or you lose your happiness, and you're taking that element out of it, that, the fun of it and the purpose. If you lose track of that, then, what's the point, right? So moderation, there's all these sorts of indications here of needing to moderate. So I feel like a lot of you are a bit in your emotions for at least the beginning of the month, or right now you guys are, still building up the courage to make some movements. And I feel like some of you may be tempted, or some of you have the tendency, so you have the habit of completely doing a 180 and just, being too cold or too unforgiving when I feel like this card is definitely telling you to just have a little bit more balance, look from all different sorts of perspectives and have a more overall, well-rounded approach instead of just being so, too much of a hard ass. So let's see what your outcome card is. Ooh, we have this Ten of Swords. Okay, so we have the Swords card, and Swords has to do with the element of air, and that's your element, Aquarians. The Ten of Swords is like the pinnacle of the sword suit. Swords usually tells a story of conflict, but to me, the Ten of Swords is always about melodrama. It's always, to me, it's usually about more of a feeling of persecution rather than, an actual situation of being a victim. So I feel like for some of you, not to discount your experiences or your pain, but I feel like a lot of you are going to be sort of playing that victim role a little bit. Obviously not all of you, but for some of you, I feel like, there may be a lack of owning up or taking responsibility for your part in, letting things get to the point that they are now. Your general advice is a Temperance card. You need to look at things from all different sorts of perspectives, not just your own and not just, the easy perspective. So the Ten of Swords to me is just a warning card. Obviously, it is in the outcome position, but it's not a definite outcome. This is just, how it stands now. So I feel like if you take the advice here and you, again, think about what has thrown you off your game, how can you get back on track? You're kind of in that middle phase, that transition phase where you're still where you are, but you're almost about to make some movements and move forward. But you need to have a plan. You need to pinpoint, what area are you going to improve, or like how are you going to do it? And you need to align yourself more with the will of the universe, or just recenter yourself at least. Do some meditation or have some quiet time for yourself to honestly look at your life and what you want and your role in the situation. Because to me, this is a warning card saying to own up for your mistakes, own up for your decisions, and you can't expect people to, wait for you to see things from their perspective. You can't expect other people to stop what they're doing, stop everything for your benefit. Obviously would be nice, but life goes on. So this Wheel of Fortune as well, all about life cycles and, the flow of things. Things are off balance. I feel like there's definitely a sense of, resistance. Again, I feel like you are, making a lot of progress in terms of strength and in terms of courage to act more in accordance with yourself and to serve yourself and your highest good better and more effortlessly. But there's definitely still a lot of work that needs to be done. So moderation is key, Aquarians. And I'm sorry to say, but if you are suffering, just, it's hard, but you have to be the bigger person, and you have to be forgiving when other people don't understand. Otherwise, you're going to just feel so hurt, and it's not necessary for you to do so. It's up to you to take charge and to moderate your opinions and your feelings, and not let, other people's lack of understanding dictate how you feel about yourself and your self-worth. So thank you so much for watching. I want to thank everyone who regularly watches my videos, everyone who comments and likes the videos, and all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys continue to find these readings helpful and revealing, insightful for you guys. Don't forget to check out your other signs, as well as to keep an eye out for that mid-month update coming around the 15th of June. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, week, month, and I'll see you guys next time.